Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we dig into our sources to pull out the most interesting insights and nuggets of knowledge.
Yeah, get right to the core of it.
Exactly. And today we're doing something a little different. Instead of the usual articles or studies, we're focusing our entire deep dive on just one piece of poetry. A really short one, actually.
Which can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more, right?
Totally. Because, sometimes the biggest insights about us, about being human, they aren't buried in data. They're right there in like a few perfectly chosen words.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today isn't just to, admire the poem, though it is beautiful. It's really to figure out how something so brief can, completely shift how we think about strength or defiance or just presence.
That enduring quality.
Yeah. So we're diving into When Jasmine Meets the Storm.
Okay.
It's this really impactful little poem. When Jasmine Meets the Storm. It feels like a meditation almost on resilience, but a quiet kind.
Quiet defiance, maybe.
Yes. And this unexpected power you find in, grace.
Right.
And just being unwavering when things get tough, it really paints a picture of inner strength.
It does. And what strikes you immediately, I think, is how quickly it sets up this powerful dynamic.
Yeah.
It takes this universal human thing facing challenges and makes it so specific, so vivid.
Right.
It just instantly gives you this metaphor for how maybe we could approach the tough stuff in life. Makes you look past the usual ideas of power,
Absolutely. And it paints that scene so efficiently. The poem kicks off. She stood where land ends, hair crowned with blossoms. I mean, what does that immediately tell you? Standing right there at the edge, but with flowers in her hair.
It's such a fascinating start, isn't it? Because it immediately gives you this
Right.
paradox
Yeah.
where land ends. I mean, that's not just a spot on the coast. It's a liminal space, right?
Yeah.
A boundary. You're exposed. It's where the familiar stops and the unknown begins.
Vulnerable, definitely.
It suggests vulnerability, sure, but maybe also a conscious choice, like choosing to be right there at that edge. And then you get the hair crowned with blossoms. It's such a strong counterpoint. It's not armor, is it?
No, not at all. Delicate.
Right, delicate, fragrant, maybe even temporary. But having them as a crown, it speaks to this innate grace, doesn't it? Like an untouched beauty or even a sort of regal composure that just ignores how harsh the setting is. The real insight there, I think, is that strength isn't about avoiding the edge. It's about owning who you are, your true nature, while you're at the edge.
Yeah.
That's a pretty radical way to think about resilience.
Owning your true nature at the edge. I like that. Because it's not just that she's there, it's what she projects, what she does. And this inner state you're talking about, it just explodes in the next lines. For me, this is the core that goes on. As if daring the sky, bring your thunder, I brought fragrance. Wow. I mean, talk about audacity.
Right.
How does choosing fragrance against thunder change how we see strength?
Well, this is where it really messes with our usual ideas about power, I think. We sort of expect power versus power, right? Or at least, defend yourself proportionally. But here, she faces thunder, this raw, destructive, honestly terrifying force. Not with more force, but with fragrance. Fragrance is, it's subtle, it's intrinsic, it's beautiful, and it's not physical.
Not physical.
Exactly. It's like this active declaration of her own value, but it operates on a totally different level than just brute force. You can't, shatter a smell with lightning, can you?
No, I guess not.
Or drown it with rain. It just persists, even when everything's chaotic, because it exists outside the storm's physical reach. It's a kind of strength that doesn't try to dominate or destroy. It just aims to be. To give off its essence no matter what's happening externally.
That idea of an unshattable scent, that really sticks with me. But does that mean it's passive? Is her strength passive, or is bringing your fragrance an active thing? Because daring the sky sounds pretty active to me.
No, it's definitely not passive, not at all. Bringing your fragrance, that sounds like a conscious choice, right? An intentional act of holding on to yourself.
Self-possession.
Yes, it's asserting your identity. It's basically saying, look, this is who I am, and I'm going to stay this way no matter how much you try to overwhelm me.
Yeah.
It's refusing to be scared off.
Okay.
It's like having this deep knowledge that your inner core, your essence, can't actually be physically broken. Think about it. Like when you're facing massive pressure, maybe at work or, some personal crisis, the first instinct might be fight fire with fire. Or maybe just retreat, hide.
You're right.
This poem offers a completely different strategy.
Yeah.
Just steadfastly be yourself. Let your core values, your unique gifts, whatever makes you you, let that be your steady presence. That's a profoundly active choice, I think. It's like winning an inner battle by simply being.
That feels incredibly empowering, actually. It changes what winning looks like when you're up against it.
Exactly.
And what's really cool is how nature itself seems to react to this unique kind of defiance. The poem says, "The sea frothed, the clouds sulked." Right. The sea frothing, okay, you can picture that chaos, turbulence, raw energy. But the clouds sulking, that
Yeah.
feels almost petty, like they're personally offended.
Yeah.
Like nature's having a bit of a strop because its big power display isn't working on her.
Well, beyond the personification, which, yeah, adds a bit of almost relatable humor,
Right.
that reaction from nature is brilliant. It suggests the storm, by getting visibly frustrated, by sulking, is basically admitting she's having an impact.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
It's not just this neutral, unstoppable force anymore. Its power is actually lessened somehow by her just standing there, unwavering. A storm kind of needs an audience, right? It needs to be seen, feared, submitted to for its power to really land.
And she's just not playing along.
She's refusing to give it that satisfaction. Her inner resolve is stronger than its outer show. Her steadfastness actually undermines the storm's whole performance, almost takes away its dramatic effect.
So the storm isn't just happening around her, it's being affected by her. Like her fragrance is somehow getting in there and disarming its anger a bit.
That's a great way to put it. Infiltrating and disarming.
And then the poem just drops this incredibly simple but really powerful continuation.
Yeah.
But she remained. Just 2 words. She remained. Why is that so impactful after all that frothing and sulking?
I think the impact is in the simplicity. After all the drama, the sea thrashing, the clouds being grumpy, or just remaining is like this anticlimax that flips everything. It becomes the real victory.
Okay.
It highlights that the strongest resistance isn't always about hitting back harder. Sometimes it's just refusing to be moved, refusing to be changed or silenced by it.
Fortitude.
Exactly, fortitude. The biggest act of defiance is simply being present and unchanged by all the chaos swirling around. It just drives home that her inner world is solid, untouchable by those external forces. It's proof of this quiet, unyielding strength that doesn't need to shout or rage, it just is.
An inner resilience that the outside world just can't crack.
Precisely.
And that leads perfectly into the absolute mic drop ending of the poem. The final line that just sums it all up so beautifully. It describes her as half goddess, half stubborn human.
Yes, it's brilliant.
That dual identity is fantastic. Half goddess that gives you something ethereal, divine, powerful, almost mythical, right? That innate grace. But then it's perfectly balanced with half stubborn human. How do those two, which seem almost opposite, come together to paint the full picture of her strength?
Well, that combination, that synthesis, is exactly what makes her strength so compelling and I think so relatable for everyone.
Okay.
The goddess part speaks to that inherent grace.
Yeah.
Maybe an effortless connection to power, or perhaps just an ideal state of being. It's the bit that gives the fragrance that otherworldly, untouchable feel, like a divine spark, suggesting a deeper, maybe spiritual source of resilience.
Right, the almost magical quality.
Yeah. But the stubborn human part is absolutely vital. It grounds her in our reality and shared experience. This is the willpower, the choice, the gritty, tenacious refusal to give up when facing hardship.
The digging in your heels bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the conscious decision to stand firm.
Yeah.
The intentionality of her presence that we talked about.
Gotcha.
So it suggests that our greatest resilience, the strength that really lasts, comes from merging these two sides. It's not just some gift from the heavens. It's also a fierce, very human will to survive, to keep going, to stay authentic. We often get told, to separate these things, be spiritual or practical, ethereal or grounded. This poem says, no, real power happens when your innate grace and your sheer, unwavering human determination work together.
Integrated.
Fully integrated. And that combination makes her not just powerful, but someone you can actually connect with.
I love that idea that real power is about integration, not separation. It gives such a richer understanding of what strength even means. So, okay, what does this all mean for us then? Taking this deep dive into when Jasmine meets the storm.
Yeah, the takeaway.
Well, this beautiful short poem seems to remind us that standing strong doesn't always look like fighting fire with fire. Sometimes it means just standing firm with your own unique fragrance, your essential self, your value.
Your core.
Yeah, your core. Even when the world is like frothing and sulking around you,
Yeah.
it's this powerful nod to quiet defiance, to how beauty endures and the incredible strength you find in just being authentic.
Finding that balance.
Right, finding that balance between our sort of goddess-like grace and our stubborn human will to get through life's storms, knowing you need both.
And that really leaves us with a pretty important question to think about, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When the thunder inevitably shows up in your life, and it will, what fragrance do you choose to bring against it? What's
Yeah.
that unique quality, that essential part of you that lets you remain? Half goddess, half stubborn human when you're facing the storm. The poem really challenges us to look inside for our strength, doesn't it? To value our own intrinsic qualities, and to maybe understand that our best defense might not be a weapon at all, but just our unwavering presence, our authentic self.
Wow.
It's really a call to cultivate that inner resilience, not passively, but as an active, almost defiant statement of who you are.
What a profound and really inspiring thought to sit with. To actually consider your own fragrance against life's thunder.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for diving deep with us into this incredibly rich and moving poem today.
my pleasure. It's a fantastic piece.
It really is. We hope When Jasmine Meets the Storm leaves you with this lasting image of quiet strength of inner resilience and maybe encourages you to find and embrace your own dual nature. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning.
And keep bringing your fragrance.
Exactly. Keep bringing your own unique fragrance to the world.